everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Richard. This is a show where we convert ourselves into pixels and then shove those pixels through the internet into your eyeballs where learning happens. I'm Richard again.
Yeah, in the eyeballs. That's the learning center. I'm Shannon. I'm at Shakao on the MakeCode forums.
Or, if you don't want to use your eyeballs, you can also use your ears. It's less effective, but it's better than nothing. And I'm Vivian at Live Cheerful on the MakeCode forums.
That's true. Full sensory experience. We're working on smell.
That one's kind of hard.
Guys. Anyway, when I'm saying things that make sense, I'm usually talking about the game we started last week, which is this little platformer, which we didn't give a name to. But does anyone want to refresh on what we did on this platformer? Like what the idea is and what the story is?
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, Shannon.
No, go Vivian.
I'll do one sentence. You do one sentence. Okay. So
yes.
we were doing.
Yep, that's the system.
We were doing a random game generator game.
And the thing we got was sky low resolution. And I forget the other words, but low resolution means we are only using sprites that are maximum of 8x8. And as you can see, it's set in the sky.
One of the things was also skeletons. So it is all very skeleton, bone themed.
And then the last thing we did, I think, is we are procedurally generating. So we're sort of randomly spawning a level. So these platforms will be different each time you play.
Yep, and that's the game. Back to you, Richard.
Good work, team. Yeah, so it's a game where you're helping this adorable little ghost, which I shouldn't have fallen down because then you can see the adorable little ghost. There he is. We're helping this adorable little ghost get the parts of his skeleton back. And Vivian drew us a bunch of bones, and we came up with some fun kind of phrases. But today we're going to work on actually getting that stuff to happen and also making this level generation a little bit more exciting. And also probably making it so we don't jump backwards. All right, so let's get started. Okay. So I'll briefly go over what we did before. We created a character. We're using my character animations extension, which you've probably seen us use on stream before, but you can find it on the forum, ricknoll/character animations. And we started doing level generation. And since that's kind of the part that, we don't do that often, I'll kind of walk through it real quick. So the way this works is we're starting at our hero down here at the bottom of the map, and we're storing our position inside of this position variable. And we're just making this position variable go up and up and up until it gets to the top of the map. So every single time we're moving up by 4 locations, then we're choosing whether to move left or move right, and then we make a platform. So this is our moving left and right code for moving the platform. And then this is where we actually make the platform. So we're setting these block tiles and setting them to be walls. And then we move back to where we were, and so we can keep moving up. And so this, generates a little bit of level that's different every time. It's not very exciting. In particular, you can see that, it's just a bunch of platforms that are constantly going upwards. But at least we can always, make it. And the other part of this game is we have triple jumps. And we kind of coded it so that we could make it as many jumps as we want. But right now you can do 3. All right. So Shannon and Vivian, do you guys have a preference on what we work on first? Maybe should we do the bones, or should we do fixing the animations? Well, I'll do fixing animations first, but after that. Better generation.
I feel like we got to follow your heart, Richard. No point in forcing you to do something you don't want to do. Otherwise, your heart won't be in it. My heart belongs to
the entire MakeCode team. You guys are part of that.
Should we do the ghost coming up and saying the things it says, because we came up with all of it.
Yeah. Let's real quick. Let's fix this. Not moving while jumping and stuff. And then we'll work on doing the little story intro. So this is pretty easy. We're using these character animation blocks, which let you assign sets of frames to different conditions. These are, that's what these are down here. And so whatever the most specific condition is at any time, that's what's going to run. While I'm in the air, actually, though, all of these say hitting wall down, so none of these apply, and that's why it's not changing the way I face. So to make that work, all we need to do is we're going to go into here. We're going to go into and delete one of these frames so that we're just standing still. And we're going to make this rule just be facing left. So I'm going to press minus twice. And this will make it so that while we're running around or while we're just kind of sitting, this doesn't run because these ones have more rules, so they'll go first. But now if I'm in the air and I press left, I'll turn left. Great. All right, so that works. Now let's go ahead and do the right version of that. So we'll do the same thing, just duplicate this. Delete the second frame. And change this to just be facing right. And now I can jump and turn directions. Yay! This is the exciting type of stuff that you turn into this stream for.
This polished level of realism. You love to see it.
Yep. All right. So I think the other thing we need to do is, let's see, we have facing left, facing right, hitting wall down, and not moving. I'm not sure why this isn't running when I am just like on this platform, but we'll figure it out later. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our story intro. So to do this, I'm going to add another extension. This is another kind of favorite of our stream, and another one that doesn't show up unless you search for it. I'll get it into the list at some point. Probably in like 2023.
Oh my gosh,
Rick Knowles / arcade story.
That was a much bigger number than I expected, Richard.
Just being realistic, trying to set expectations. All right, so this story extension is nice for a few different things. You can use it to make conversations, you can use it to make cutscenes happen, and that's what we're going to use it for today. So let's go ahead and drag out some Q story parts. So we want our ghost to go ahead and come down to the player and start saying some text. And to do that, we're going to be using this ghost sprite that we already created. And I'm going to do another thing real quick. I'm going to set a flag on that ghost. Can anyone guess what flag I'm setting on the ghost?
Relative to camera.
Ghost.
No.
Relative to camera is not a bad idea, though. Let me do that.
Nice. Manifested the code I wanted.
All right. So relative to camera makes it so that our ghost is stuck like a sticker to our camera. So you can see it's now there in the center instead of up at the top of the screen like it was before. So that's great. We probably want to move it like a little bit farther down, but let's go ahead and make a function that's going to be our intro cutscene.
Richard,
right.
how is... Oh, no.
Okay. Shannon and Vivian, I want you to give me the first parts of this intro cutscene. Let's just storyboard it real quick with your words.
Okay, so maybe you're walking around. Maybe you start on the left of the screen, and then you walk towards the right of the screen, and then the ghost comes in, and it goes, boo, boo, oh no. Go, Shannon.
I think the ghost should look like a cloud when it comes in, and then you bump into it, and it says the thing that Vivian said.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to set our X of our characters so that they're over here on the right of the screen. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. We're going to set our player hero, I think. Yep. Right to be the size of the screen, so 160. Oh, right. That's a quarter.
That's a quarter! We haven't done a quarter in so long. Yay.
All right. So we're going to set them over here, and we also need to set the ghost location. The ghost is relative to camera, so we don't need to actually calculate anything to get them in the right place. Instead, we can just set the y to be like probably about 100. See how that looks. Oh, I said the hero Y. I was wondering why we were falling from the sky.
I was like, what a nice effect.
All right. Let's see. Nope, not tall enough to hit it. Okay. Real quick, this is annoying me a lot. The not moving, and I just realized why it's happening. It's because of that physics bug.
Oh.
But luckily, Joey has a fix for this, which will be coming out soon. But in the meantime, I'm going to fix it by just doing not moving and hitting wall down. I don't know why this is disabled. It's probably fine. And it's just going to loop this frame. All right. Well, I'm just going to leave it for now, and we'll figure it out later. Okay. Oh, wait. I have an idea. I'll just make it just hitting wall down. Yeah. All right. So we want to have our player walk over to this ghost and probably be humming a little song. A song that goes like, take it, Vivian.
Do 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 do.
Perfect. All right. So we're going to be using these walk blocks for our hero and also the say. So we're going to put in a say for the hero, and it's going to be do.
That was very efficient coding.
Do, do. Do, do. Do.
Can we put the music in too, or is it going to be too loud? We won't be able to appreciate it anyway.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do that later. Okay. All right, we got this working. Let's go ahead now and make them walk around. So to do that, we're going to be using these move to. So for this first one, we'll have them move forward to, well, we don't want it to be y equals 0. So we'll just use the y from the hero. Look at him fly.
Wait, ghost? Oh, just kidding.
All right, so we don't want to move to x, 0. We'll move to like 40. And this one will move to 60. And this one, they're going to move back to 40. And then this one, they're going to move to 100. Well, to 20. Okay, that wasn't quite what I wanted. I think I actually want to do, let's see, 60, then 40, then 60, then 20. Perfect. All right. And we'll set the speed to be much more leisurely. It's a great game. Okay. All right, now when this happens, we're going to do the bump. So I think what we're going to do is when they get to this X, we're going to do another Q story part. And we're just going to take our hero and we're going to give them a little bit of velocity. To be like -40. And then for the VY, we want it to be like -100. And let's just see what this does. Right, should be positive VX. I'm also not entirely sure why the acceleration is not working here. Where's the gravity?
You are my gravity.
There it is. Set hero AY to gravity. Oh.
Why?
Maybe this move thing is like clearing it somehow? All right, that fixes it. All right, cool. So we're going to do that, and we're going to add a pause. So we'll pause for like, I don't know, like half a second. And then we'll make them do another jump, but with less. So it'll be like a tiny bump afterwards. 100. And then we'll set their VX to be 0 and their VY to be 0. And we also want to do an animation, I think, on our ghost when this happens. Boom. Nice. Okay. We're also going to be using this set state. So right now our animations aren't working because while they're moving, it doesn't use the velocity. This extension doesn't. So we added these nice nifty little things to make it so that you can force the state to happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to set our hero state to be moving left and hitting wall down. Then this one where we walk, we're still moving left at this point. And here we want to be moving right.
You keep on scrolling past. It's 2 above moving left.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then this one, we are going to be not moving and facing left. Oh, sorry. Nope. We are moving left and hitting wall down. And then the next one is where we want to do that. a smarter person would have copied this before changing the values.
Richard, you have to, live life before you know how to live life, This
So wise.
Mm-hmm. Now you are the smarter person.
All right. Cool. So let's watch. Walk, 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 walk. Yeah, perfect.
So, the walk is so cute. I can't stand it, Richard. What gives it the right?
Okay. So this is nice, but I'll probably mess with the timing of this a little bit later. But let's go ahead now and get to our having our ghost move around when they get hit. So I'm going to add the regular animation extension. We're going to go ahead and do a movement animation on the ghost. Right here. And it's going to be a shake for 500 milliseconds.
Whoa.
Perfect. All right. So now we want our ghost to cry out in agony. And I believe that instead of doing the obvious ooh, Vivian did a much more creative ooh.
Yes, it's unexpected because you wouldn't expect the O to change the kind of O it was in the middle of the word.
Oh no, I guess this doesn't really work with the relative to camera. No matter. We'll just do it a different way. So we can go ahead and just do a print with this XY instead. And we will just make it to be the hero based off the hero position. So it'll be the hero X minus some number. And it'll be the hero Y make this more like 40, and then we'll make this also 40. See how that works. Yeah, right. Make it minus 20 and call good. Okay. All right, what's next?
Maybe it's like, you've shaken my bones, and now they are in the sky. You must write this wrong by going and fetching them for me. Yes, in our whimsical state of singing, we have bumped into the ghost, and we have done something bad.
Wait, so is bumping into the ghost the thing that scatters all of their bones?
That was the vibe that I got, after we shook the ghost, because it was so violent, That's not what I thought going in. But, I was inspired by the animations. But what do you guys think?
No, that's great.
Okay. I like how when Richard's, allowed to go, he can go,
All right, then I think the game can start. Whoa! You have shaken my bones. And out there in the sky, you must write. Oh, I need to stretch out that wrong.
Oh no.
I like that the speech bubble completely covers the ghost's face also.
Aw.
All right, so real quick, I'm gonna make this wrong slightly shorter, and then I'm gonna stretch out this one.
Consistency.
All right. Okay, and so the last thing we want to do is we're going to go ahead and do our Q at the end of our last Q story part. We're going to enable the controls. So right now we have this move here with buttons right here. We're going to take this out, and we're going to add another Q story part. And we're going to put this in here. The other thing we want to do is make sure that they have gravity. So we're also going to do that here. And then finally, we want to set a variable so that we know that this is done so that we can't jump during the cutscene. So to do that, we're going to go in and say, make a variable called cutscene over. And we will set cutscene over to be sure. And now, let's do a Daryl.
Wow, such compact code. Amazing.
And now in here, where we're doing our jumps, we're also going to check and cutscene over. All right, cool. Well, let's just watch all this through one time so we can make sure it works. Jumping and moving, jumping and moving, jumping and moving, can't do anything, jumping and moving. Cool. All right. So one other thing we need to do real quick is we need to clear these this state that I set. So I was setting the state to make it work during the cutscene, and let's go ahead and go into our intro cutscene now. And what we want to do is at the end of here, inside of this character, there is a clear state. So we're going to go ahead and grab that and set it on our hero. And this will make it so all of these ones that we kind of force set up here are going to go away. And great. All right. And we're going to do one other thing. After this jump is over, I'm also going to set it so it's not moving and facing left and hitting wall down. And this will make it so that we are bouncing up and down during the cutscene. All right, that's all great, but I don't want to wait for this to happen every time I test my game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into onStart. I'm going to make a variable called debug. And I'm going to put it up here as the first line in my onStart. And right now I'm going to set it to true. And now over here where I call my intro cutscene, I'm going to put in an if statement, and it's going to say, if debug, then we're going to skip our intro cutscene, otherwise we'll do the intro cutscene. And the code that we need to do in here is we just need to have these 3 blocks. And put it right there. Cool. All right. So now we can keep playing the game like we were before. But we've got a cutscene and we can turn it back on whenever we want. Just gotta make sure we turn it on before we share it. Okay. So next things up, we want to put these bones in the sky. And once we've done that, there's some other things we can work on. We can do another cutscene, which is like when you pick up a bone. That one should hopefully be much quicker. Or we could also do making the level a little bit more interesting. So that'll be fun. And hopefully we can do that all today. We might have to do one more stream to make the level more interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into where we're generating level. Right here. And we want to occasionally make a place a bone. So we need to know how many bones we've already placed. So I'm going to create a variable now, which is going to be called bones placed. And we'll set it to be 0 at this top of generate level. Now, I don't know how many platforms we actually have in this game. So let's see. We do it every 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so every 4 tiles, we make a new platform. So the question is, how tall is our tile now? It is 200. 200 divided by 4 is 50, minus a few for like errors. We'll say it's 45. And how many bones do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 45 divided by 6 is, go, Vivian.
About 7, more than 7.
All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make another variable, which is going to be called platform number. And we're going to start that at 0 also. Every time we make a platform, we're going to change it by 1. And then we're going to go into logic and see if our platform number is divisible by 7.
Wait, is that the right
platform
number to change?
Yeah.
Is that for the... Okay, never mind.
Okay, so we want this platform number. Where is it? Okay. We're going to go into math, and we'll do a, let's see, modulo, remainder, by 7, see if that equals 0, And this will only happen every 7 platforms. So that means that every 7 platforms, we will generate a skeleton part. So we're going to go ahead and grab one of ours from our array of skeletons, like this. We want to create a new sprite of kind bone. And the value we want to get is at the variable of bones placed. Skeleton components. I probably need to call generate level after I create that array. There we go. Okay, and then after we do that, we want to change our bones placed by 1. And we need to place it at the right location. Oops, I have an off by 1 error probably.
Is it because it's in the repeat 3 times, so it's getting like really big?
Yes.
And I think platform number needs to come out too.
Yes. All right. All right, so we also need to put it at the right place. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to just go into tile maps and get our location to direction. And we're going to grab from the scene, we're going to grab a place on location. So right there. Change this to be a new bone. And then we're going to have to chain a few of these together. So our cursor position is on the left side of the platform. So we want it to go over 1. So we want the location right of current location, current position. And then we want to go up 1. So put this in here. And we'll do the location to the top of the location right of current position. All right, let's go check it out. All right, we did it wrong. Oh, right. Because we moved down here at the, we moved back at the end. So right now we're actually at the rightmost position. So we want it to move right, or left instead of right. And it looks like we want to move left twice.
Oh, wait
that's
not that.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. What would I do without you guys?
You would get there, Richard. Don't worry. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, there's the first one. Let's go make sure there's a second one. Oh, there it is. Nice. All right. Well, our game's gotten slightly more interesting. Let's do the overlaps now. So we're going to go ahead and go into the sprites category, get out an overlaps. We're going to have the first kind be player and the second kind be bone. And when this happens, what we want to do is we want to temporarily lock the controls. So to do that, we are going to do a move with buttons right here. on our hero. And for the numbers, we're going to place 0, 0. And now we're going to actually do our little cutscene. So I'm going to go into story, and I'm going to get another Q story part. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to take this bone that we overlapped with, and we're going to raise it up above the hero's head. So we're going to go here and then do a move to for other sprite. And we're going to get the positions from the hero. I'm going to move it to the hero X, and then the hero like top minus like 4, I think. And we want this to go kind of slowly. So we'll do it with like 30. Once that happens, we're going to have our ghost pop back into existence. Oh, by the way, right now we need to hide our ghost at the end of this cutscene. So let me go up to the intro cutscene. Right here. And we're going to set a flag on our ghost, which is ghost, not ghost, invisible. On. All right. Let me bring that with me. Okay, so after this moves here, we're going to play a quick bit of text. So we're just going to have the hero say it, or maybe I'll just do a print screen, actually, or a print dialogue, because that'll just print like, no. I'll just do a print screen, and it'll be the hero top minus like 20, and the X is just going to be the center of the screen, so 80. And it's going to say, you got the... Oh, wait, I need to put this inside of a text string. All right, and right here, we're going to have the name of the bone, which we conveniently put in an array. So we have this right here. We have this pelvis, humerus, ribcage, tibia, collarbone, skull. And we also have all of these skeleton celebrations for them to say to you. So we need to store our index so that we're able to look it up from these two lists. So it's time to add what extension, Shannon?
Vivian's favorite extension.
Sprite data. I like that this included all of us.
I deliberately threw that one to Shannon because...
Yeah. My heart broke for a second, but I knew Shannon would. She'd represent it well.
I think of it as Vivian's favorite extension before I think of it as sprite data.
I think we all do at this point.
Best extension.
Okay, so on our new bone, we are going to go ahead and store the data, which is going to be the index to the number bones placed, which is what we're using to get it out of the array. All right, so right here, we can just go ahead and get that index. So we want to get as number on our other sprite. Make this be index. And we're going to go into our arrays, do a get value at, and then change this to skeleton names. All right. Okay, so that'll print out. Next, after this, we want our ghost to appear again. So we'll set the ghost invisible to false. And also, real quick, I'm going to make this print very slow. Okay. Now here, we're going to make our ghost appear and set our ghost position to be the player's x minus some amount. And then set the y to be the center of the screen, which is 60. It's relative to camera, so we don't want to get the player y. And I'll do a plus. And now we are going to print out our victory text from the ghost, and then the ghost will disappear again, and we'll re-enable the controls. So let's go ahead and have our ghost say the words. So we're using the print text to do that. And we are going to use the ghost x for the x. And for the y, it's going to be probably this, but minus a bit less, like 10. And we're going to print, just like how we did with the Skellington names, we're going to get the Skellington celebrations. All right, and then finally, we are going to set our ghost invisible to be on again, and this should be off, by the way. And we're going to re-enable our controls. What were the values I used?
70?
70, yeah.
I'm basically a variable, but I can store any data.
Amazing. All right, well, that was a lot of code to do without testing, so let's see what happens.
Ghost isn't invisible.
You got the pelvis.
I love the quotes.
Oh, right, we got to destroy it. Yeah, sorry, yeah, the ghost isn't invisible in debug mode, so let me go ahead and turn that on real quick. I was trying to turn on ghost again.
It makes sense. I cannot blame you.
All right, and now we go ahead and do a destroy. And we want to do that on other sprite. And probably the other thing we want to do is we want to make a variable called bones collected. And change bones collected by 1. Oh, yeah, one other thing. We want to make sure that this doesn't keep running while we are in the cutscene. So I don't think that's possible right now because we lifted up above the player's head. But just to make absolutely sure, we're going to set a flag on our bone, which is, this time I am going to use ghost.
It is a ghost bone.
Yeah. Just make sure that doesn't happen. All right, cool. So now we're counting up our bones collected, and we can check to see if we've gotten all of the bones. So we'll probably try to do something fancier for the end later, but let's just go ahead and make it a complete game for the end of this stream. And we're just going to see if our bones collected equals the length of our array.
Minus.
Nope. Doesn't need to be minus.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah.
then we'll do a game over. What? Cool. All right. So we're pretty much out of time. So let me just go ahead and play through this game. And then next time I'm hosting stream, which might be tomorrow, might be some other day, we'll go in and we'll make these levels a little bit more fun than they are now. Good, because it'll give me some time to think about ways to do that, because I haven't really thought about it. You got the pelvis. Should it just say you got pelvis?
No, I think it's really good that it says you got the pelvis with scare quotes.
All right.
Oh, no.
Triple jump to the rescue. I like the bouncing. So excited.
I also really like the way the bone like floats up above you.
That one's a bit of a thinker.
Wait, I don't.
It's the tibia,
Uh-huh.
and it says to be
Ah.
Don't laugh too hard.
It's a finger. This one definitely is a skull. Wow.
Yay!
All right.
Good
We've got a game. Can't say it's very fun, but it's got a lot of character.
Hey, I had fun watching you play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it'll be good once we get some more interesting level stuff going, and yeah. Anyway, for MakeCode, I've been Richard at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Shannon at Shakao on the MakeCode forums.
And I'm Vivian at Live Triple on the MakeCode forums.
Thanks, everybody.